AirPods. Everybody has them. Nobody wants to fix them. Today, we're going to be trying to replace these AirPod batteries, both the case and the actual AirPod. Apparently, it's near impossible, so not sure we'll be able to pull it off, but I guess you have to stay tuned to find out. Believe it or not, there are actual tools used specifically to fix AirPods. This is one of them. This holds the actual AirPod. So you just put the AirPod in like that, and then you screw it. Sounds weird. And now you can actually remove the AirPod's bottom piece a lot easier. So the actual battery inside the case is apparently a little bit easier to replace than the actual AirPods themselves. So we're gonna try and open these up and see if we can remove the battery and see just how hard it is. Seems legit. So we're gonna be using the ice shuriken, and I'm just gonna be sticking this in here and kind of bending it. I'm doing that to provide a shield for the plastic, so when I do pry in, the actual plastic won't get damaged. So,
the next day.
That didn't go as planned. We ended up damaging the case a tiny bit, and we killed a lot of ice shurikens. Can I get a RIP ice shuriken in the chat? Looks like we're gonna have to make our own tools. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so we have some makeshift tools. We gotta give these a little curves. And we're gonna see how well these fit in here. Oh my. Oh my god. That took so long, but we got it popped off. I don't think anybody should ever do this. It doesn't seem worth it. Okay, so after a lot of pinching and a lot of pulling and my thumbs all swelled up, we actually finally got it open. So now we have to lift up gently, and that is our battery. We're almost there. So what we have to do is apply some alcohol just to loosen that adhesive that's keeping the battery stuck. And we're just gonna gently pry up on that battery. Now we're gonna pull out the battery. And we have to do some surgery now. The battery connector is right here, so we have to scratch off the little pieces of tape here. Now we should be able to pull out the battery connector. There we go. And that is the battery. So now that we have the battery taken out, we have to put in the new one. This was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in terms of repairs. Putting the battery back in isn't going to be easy either, because I have to make sure the connector actually goes in all the way at this really weird angle. So let's see how that goes. So I just connected the battery. That was like surgery. Hopefully this works. Oh, and it does. We got the green light. But for the easiest part of this repair, that was really hard. The next part is even harder, so we'll see if we can pull that off. Enough of that. It's time to get down to business. So we're going to be doing the battery swap on the right one. We're going to take this out, put it in our little holder, and get it nice and tight. Now we're gonna have to apply some heat. I'm only gonna use it at 100 degrees, and I'm gonna kind of make sure that it doesn't overheat. Now we can pop off the metal cap. So Apple uses a ton of glue. We gotta make sure we remove it all, otherwise it's gonna make our lives really hard. Now we're gonna expose the anode and the cathode. We gotta lift up this little flex cable, and there we go. That's the anode and the cathode. We have to desolder them from the battery and then try and pull it up. So we're gonna turn on our soldering iron. We got the new COVID vaccine. This one hits a little harder. I'm just kidding, it's flux. So we got the first connection removed. Now we're gonna remove this little metal piece. And we're gonna add a little bit more heat to the battery and then try and yank it out. We're using some tweezers with a hook shape so we can just hook onto the battery and try and pull it out. Oh, and there we go. That is our AirPod battery. Hopefully we did this all right so that when we install it, it still works. But that went pretty okay. We did damage the actual AirPod a tiny bit, but everything should still work. So it looks like I kind of screwed up. Seems like I ripped the battery flex cable, and since the new battery doesn't come with the new one, yeah, it's not a good sign. But I'm not giving up. I'm gonna try this with the other AirPod, and I'm sure I can get that going.
A few moments later.
So the same thing kind of happened again, but all hope isn't lost. If we get a battery with the cable, then we can continue like nothing ever happened. So literally all I would have to do now is put in the replacement battery and reconnect it, but the one I got doesn't come with the cable. It's supposed to come with a cable like this, and it's basically impossible to transfer this over from one battery to the other. So yeah, stuck at a huge roadblock, literally one step away. It couldn't get more annoying than this, but we're almost there. I'm gonna order the other battery with the actual cable, so definitely stay tuned for that. But at this point, we've put in way too much work, and I'll probably just end up making a short of the actual battery replacement. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry for such a tragic ending, but I will be doing the battery replacement. I promise. It's coming in. So I'm gonna go cry in a corner. I'll see you guys in the next video.